Bright Cutie. Every student matters.
And in quadratic equations, we have studied what is a quadratic equation, and we spoke about the solutions of a quadratic equations using various methods like factorization method, completing the square method, and direct formula. We have done the questions on factorization method. Now we will do some questions on completing the square method and quadratic formula, right? So what was the completing the square method? Let me tell you in brief here. For example, there was a quadratic equation like this, right? The first step was to making coefficient of x square equal to 1. And how did we do that? We did that by dividing both sides by a on both sides, dividing by the coefficient of x square on both sides, right? What was the second step? It was to add and subtract square of half of coefficient of x, right? So these were the two steps, right? And after doing these two steps, there was a complete square made, and rest of the terms we took on the right hand side, and then we got the solution. Let's look at this question. This is a question 2x square minus 7x plus 3 equal to 0. So step number 1, make coefficient of x square equal to 1. So how do I do that? Dividing both sides by 2. Okay, so x square minus 7 by 2x plus 3 by 2 equals 0, right? So the first step is done. Now the coefficient of x square is equal to 1. So what is my second step? Add and subtract square of half of coefficient of x. What is coefficient of x? It is 7 by 2. So I'll have to add square of 7 by 4, and I need to subtract the same, because in an equation if I add something, I'll have to subtract the same amount to keep the equation intact in the original form. Okay, so now you see that this part has become a complete square, a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, so this is x minus 7 by 4 whole square. Now if I take these terms to the right hand side, it will be 49 by 16 minus 3 by 2, right? 3 by 2 I can write as 24 by 16. Now this subtraction, 49 minus 24 is 25 by 16, right? So now if I take a square root here, x minus 7 by 4 will be equal to plus minus 5 by 4, right? Once I consider the positive sign, it will give me x minus 7 by 4 equal to 5 by 4, which will mean x is equal to 7 by 4 plus 5 by 4, which is equal to 12 by 4, hence 3. Okay. In the next case, if I consider negative sign here, x minus 7 by 4 equal to minus 5 by 4. So x will be equal to 7 by 4 minus 5 by 4, which is equal to 2 by 4, hence 1 by 2. So these are the roots I got by completing the square method, which was nothing but these two steps, right? Making the coefficient of x square equal to 1, then adding and subtracting square of half of coefficient of x. Okay, all right, let's do the next question by using completing the square method. So the step number 1, make the coefficient of x square equal to 1. So we divide both sides by 2. Okay, so x square plus 0, right? Now the next step is second step. What is the coefficient of x in this question? It is 1 by 2. So half of coefficient of x is 1 by 4. So I add and subtract square of 1 by 4. So I'll get x square plus x by 2 plus 1 by 4 square. So I'll have to subtract the same thing, minus 2 equal to 0, right? Now this part has become a complete square, so it will be 1x plus 1 by 4 square, and rest of the terms I can take to the right hand side. So it will be 1 by 16 plus 2, alright. So x plus 1 by 4 squared will be equal to 16 into 2, 32, 32 plus 1 is 33 by 16, 33 by 16. Hence I can say x plus 1 by 4 is equal to plus minus root of 33 by 4, right? So my roots are, when I consider plus sign, it will be root 33 by 4 minus 1 by 4, and when I consider the negative sign, it will be minus root 33 by 4 minus 1 by 4. So these are the two roots that I got by completing the square method in this question, right? Let's look at this one. In this one, again, first step, what was the first step? Making coefficient of x square equal to 1. So dividing by 4 on both sides, I will get x square plus root 3 x plus 3 by 4 equal to 0, right? And now second step, add and subtract half of, let's say, what is coefficient of x here? It is root 3. So half of coefficient of x is root 3 by 2. Square of half of coefficient of x is root 3 by 2 whole square, right? If I have added something, so I'll have to subtract the same thing. Plus 3 by 4 equal to 0, right? Now this part is a complete square. X plus root 3 by 2 whole square, okay? Because this root 3 can be written as 2 into root 3 by 2 into x, right? So if I take these things to the right hand side, root 3 by 2 whole square will become 3 by 4, right? And this gets cancelled here, because this is 3 by 4 and this is 3 by 4, so this will get cancelled. So 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4 gets cancelled, equal to 0. So the roots are x plus root 3 by 2 equal to 0 will give me x equal to minus root 3 by 2, and the other root also same. So both the roots are root 3 by 2 with a negative sign, okay? Alright, now you should be comfortable with these two steps, making coefficient of x square equal to 1 and adding and subtracting square of half of coefficient of x, okay? So let's do it here. X square, first step, okay? What is the first step? I have to divide by 2, so it will give me this one. Now what do I add and subtract here? What is coefficient of x? It is 1 by 2. So I add 1 by 4 square and subtract the same thing, plus 2 equal to 0. This is now x plus 1 by 4 whole square. If you have not visualized it yet, I can write this x plus x by 2 as 2 into x into 1 by 4, right? A square plus b square plus 2ab, okay? So this is x plus 1 by 4 whole square. Rest of the terms to the right hand side, 1 by 4 whole square will become 1 by 16 and this plus 2 will become minus 2, okay? So x plus 1 by 4 whole square will become, this is minus 32 plus 1 is minus 31 by 16, right? Now students, you need to take care that square of something, let us say I write something here and I take a square. Square of something can never be negative, right? Because square of anything is a non-negative quantity. It may not be positive, it can be 0, yes, but the minimum it can be is 0. It can never be negative. So this will never have a solution. So I can say that this quadratic equation has no real solution. You don't have to solve further, right? Square of something is negative here, so this equation will not have any real solution. Okay. Now find the roots of quadratic equation given in question 1 above by applying a quadratic formula. What was the quadratic formula? Quadratic formula was x equal to minus b plus minus root d by 2a, where d was b square minus 4ac. And what is d? D is discriminant. D is discriminant, right? So this was the quadratic formula that we did in the introduction part. So now I have to find roots of quadratic equation of this question, right, by quadratic formula. 2x square minus 7x plus 3. Let's take this one first. 2x square minus 7x plus 3 equal to 0. So students, will the roots be different this time or will be the same? Definitely it has to be the same, because in mathematics, even if we do a question by 3 methods, 4 methods, the answer has to be same, right? Okay, so I need to apply the quadratic formula here. So for the sake of clarity, let me tell you, a is equal to 2. What is b? b equal to minus 7, c equal to 3, right? Because here for this formula we are assuming the general form as ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0, right? So a, b, c are these. What is d? d is equal to b square minus 4ac. So what is b square minus 4ac? It is minus 7 squared minus 4 into 2 into 3. So it is equal to 49 minus 8 into 3, 24, which is equal to 25, right? For this question I have shown you that how you take the values of a, b, c and the discriminant d. Now the question is very simple. You just need to place values of a, b, c and d here. So minus b will become minus of minus 7, right, plus minus root d is 25 by 2a, twice of a is 2. Okay, so what I got here is minus of minus 7 is 7 plus minus root of 25 is 5 by 2 into 2, 4. So now I have to take consideration of plus sign once and then negative sign. So when I consider plus sign, it will give me x equal to 7 plus 5 by 2. When I consider negative sign, it will give me 7 minus 5 by 4. This is 4 here. Okay, so it will give me 12 by 4 or 2 by 4. So the roots are 3, 1 by 2. So let's check what did we get when we solved it using completing the square method. What were the roots? Roots were 3 and 1 by 2, right, which is exactly same here, right? So it cannot be different. Going by different methods, we will get the same answer. Okay, let's look at the second part. What was the second part? It was 2x square plus x minus 4. 2x square plus x minus 4 equal to 0, right? So these questions I don't have to show every question to you. You can do these questions by yourself, but let me show this example also, where you just need to identify value of a, b, c and d, right? A is nothing but 2, b is nothing but 1, c is minus 4 here. So the discriminant will be b square minus 4ac, which is nothing but 1 squared minus 4 into 2 into c is nothing but minus 4. So the d is 1. This is 8 into 4, 32. plus 32. So the discriminant is 33. Now simply you place the values minus b, so minus 1, plus minus root d, which is 33, by 2a, which is 2 into 2, 4. So the roots are minus 1 plus minus root 33 by 4. Once you consider plus sign and then again you consider negative sign, so the answer will be minus 1 plus root 33 by 4 and minus 1 minus root 33 by 4. Okay, so this is how you solve questions like this, okay, using the direct quadratic formula, which is the simplest way to solve a quadratic equation. Rest of the parts, like this part 3 and part 4, I leave it for your practice. Okay, all right. Okay, let's move on to the third question here. Find the roots of following equations. X minus 1 by x equal to 3. Obviously x cannot be equal to 0 because then 1 by x will not be defined. Now x square minus 1 equal to 3x by multiplying both sides by x, and x square minus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now we need to find the roots here. So what I can do is I can find the discriminant minus b square minus 4ac is minus 1, right? This is 9. Minus 4 into minus 1 is plus 4. So it will give me 13 as d. Now what are the roots? X equal to minus b. What is b? It is equal to minus 3. So minus of minus 3 plus minus root d. D is 13 by 2a. What is a? A is 1 by 2. So 3 plus minus root 13 by 2. So the roots are 3 plus root 13 by 2 and 3 minus root 13 by 2. These are the roots. Okay. This is another equation. Now we need to convert it into a quadratic equation first. And how do we do that? By just taking LCM here. I can write it as 1 by, let me take the LCM directly. If I take the LCM as x plus 4 into x minus 7, I will have x minus 7 here minus I will have x plus 4 here. So let me write it in bracket form. Okay, so this will be my left hand side. He has written that x is not equal to minus 4 and 7, right? Why? Because when x is equal to minus 4, this term would have become 0, which is not acceptable. 1 by 0 is not defined, and when x is 7, this term would have become 0, so which is not acceptable. Hence he has to write this to make this question sensible. Now when I subtract this, x will get cancelled. Minus 7 minus 4 will become minus 11 divided by x plus 4 into x minus 7, 11 upon 30. So 11 gets cancelled here. It will be equal to x plus 4 into x minus 7 equal to minus 30. I have just cross multiplied these. Now this will become x square plus 4x minus 7x minus 28 equal to minus 30, x square minus 3x. When I bring this 30 here, it will become plus 30. 30 minus 28 is plus 2 equal to 0. Now x square minus 2x minus x plus 2 equal to 0. When I take x common, x minus 2 minus 1 common, x minus 2 equal to 0. So x will be equal to 1 or 2. So the roots are 1, 2. I have done this using factorization method because it was pretty simple quadratic equation and I got the factors very easily. So, and it was not mentioned which method we had to apply, right? So we can apply any of the methods. The sum of reciprocals of Rahman's ages 3 years ago and 5 years from now is 1 by 3. What is his present age? So first of all, you assume the present age as x years, right? Let's assume, let's say the present age is equal to x years. Start the question with this one. Okay, so now sum of reciprocals of Rahman's ages 3 years ago. What was the Rahman's age 3 years ago? X minus 3. So reciprocal of x minus 3 is 1 by x minus 3. And 5 years from now, what will be his age 5 years from now? X plus 5. And what is the reciprocal? This one. Their sum of reciprocals is 1 by 3. So it is equal to 1 by 3. Now you simply have to make it a quadratic equation and then solve it using any of the methods you like. X plus 5 plus x minus 3 divided by x minus 3 into x plus 5 equals 1 by 3. So this will become 2x plus 2 divided by x minus 3 into x plus 5. So let's cross multiply now. It will become 6x plus 6 equal to x minus 3 into x plus 5 will become x square minus 3x plus 5x minus 15. So I bring all the terms on right hand side. 0 will be equal to x square. This is minus 3x plus 5x, which is 2x. 2x minus 6x will become minus 4x. This is minus 15 and this 6 will become minus 6, so minus 21. Okay. Now factors again I see very easily. It is 7 and 3. X square minus 7x plus 3x minus 21 equal to 0. So it will become x minus 7 plus 3 x minus 7 equal to 0. Hence x plus 3 into x minus 7 is equal to 0, which will give me x equal to minus 3, which is clearly not valid because it is the present age of a boy, present age of Rahman, right? So this is clearly not a valid answer. Other answer is x equal to 7, which is acceptable. So the present age of Rahman is 7 years. Okay. So this is the answer. All right. In a class test, sum of Shefali's marks in maths and English is 30. How do we assume something is? Find her marks in the two subjects. Let's say her marks in maths were x. Marks in maths were x. So marks in English will be, you don't have to take other variable like y or z something. What you can do is, you can look at this statement, the sum of maths and English were 30. So you can take it as 30 minus x, right? The sum of her marks in maths and English is 30. So if marks in maths are x, marks in English will be 30 minus x. Had she got 2 marks more in mathematics, had she got x plus 2 in maths, and 3 marks less in English, 30 minus x minus 3 in English, then the product of their marks, their product would have been 210. Find her marks in 2 subjects. So this is the quadratic form. Now we just need to make it a quadratic equation. So x plus 2 into, this is 30 minus 3 is 27, 27 minus x is equal to 210. Now it will become 27x plus 54 minus x square minus 2x equal to 210, right? Now let's bring all these terms to the right hand side. X square, 27x minus 2x is 25x, so it will become minus 25x plus 54 will become minus 54. 210 minus 54 equal to 0. So what is 210 minus 54? this is plus sign. Okay, let me write it again. This is a plus sign. Okay, so it will become x square minus 25x, 210 minus 54 will become 156, right, equal to 0. So now just the factorization part, or what you can do is you can apply any of the methods you like, completing the square or direct formula. For this question I leave the factorization part to you. You just need to factorize. You need to factorize 156 in such a way that it will give you the sum or difference like 25. Or you can say it in other way, that you need to split this middle term in such a way that the product of those terms is equal to 156, right. So I leave this part to you, because we have solved enough questions of factorization. Now you should be able to do it yourself. Okay. So let's move to this one now. The diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shorter side. We have got a rectangular field, and let us say this is the diagonal. It is 60 meters more than the shorter side. Let us say this is the shorter side, x meter, and the diagonal is 60 meter more. So x plus 60 is the diagonal in meters, obviously. The longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side. This is the longer side, so this is equal to x plus 30 meter. Okay. So in a rectangle this angle is 90 degrees. If you consider this triangle, we can apply Pythagoras theorem here. So x square plus x plus 30 square will be equal to x plus 60 squared, right. Now after solving this expression, we will be left with a quadratic equation which we need to solve. So let's see what is the quadratic equation. X square plus 900 plus 60x equal to x square plus 3600 plus 120x. Okay, so 1x square gets cancelled here. Okay, x square, 60x minus 120x will give me minus 60x. 900 minus 3600 will give me minus 2700. Okay, equal to 0. All right. So now just the factorization part is left. What will be the factorization here? 2700 can be clearly seen that it can be written as minus 90x plus 30x minus 2700 equal to 0. So if I take x as common, x minus 90 plus 30 x minus 90 equal to 0. So x will be either 90 or x will be minus 30, which is not valid, right, because x is a length of the shorter side. So x is equal to 90. So the shorter side is going to be 90 and the larger side will be 90 plus 30, which is equal to 120, and the unit here is meters, 90 meters and 120 meter. Okay. Let's look at one more question in this exercise here. A train travels 360 kilometers. Let us say this is the distance, 360 kilometers. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour lesser for the same journey. Find the speed. Let's assume the speed, let's say the speed of the train is x kilometer per hour. Okay. So what would be the time taken originally? 360 by x, right. If a train goes with a speed of x kilometer per hour, it will travel the distance of 360 kilometers in 360 by x hours, right, because speed is nothing but distance upon time. right? What will be the time then? It will be distance upon speed, right? So this is the distance, this is speed. Now the other condition is it would have taken 1 hour lesser for the same journey if the speed had been 5 kilometer per hour more. With the new speed, new time taken will be 360, distance is same, and now the new speed is 5 kilometer more, 5 kilometer per hour more. New time taken would be 360 by x plus 5 hours. Now this is 1 hour lesser for the same journey. So the difference of these two times, 360 by x minus 360 by x plus 5, is 1, right? All the units are in hours. Okay, so now you simply have to make it a quadratic and then solve. So let's make it a quadratic. If I cross multiply, it will be 360x plus 360 into 5 minus 360 into x equals x into x plus 5. Okay, so this 360x gets cancelled and the right hand side is x square plus 5x, x square plus 5x. So this will become 0, 0, 18. Okay, so it will become x square plus 5x minus 1800 equal to 0, right? Now the factorization part, you can do it yourself, or you can do it by three methods. Okay, you can factorize this middle, you can split this middle term, or you can do it by completing the square, or by using the direct formula, right? Which in this case I think the factorization would be the easier method. So I leave it to you to factorize it and find the answer for yourself. Okay, do the calculation part yourself. So this was about this exercise. We will do rest of the questions in upcoming exercises of all these three methods mixed, right? Thank you. Hello students, my name is Sanjay Jain and we have been doing quadratic equations since last few lectures. So we discussed what is a quadratic equation and what are the solutions of a quadratic equation, the roots of a quadratic equation, and how to go about solving some of the quadratic equations. So let's do some more questions of the quadratic equation in this lecture. Let's start with this question. Two taps together can fill a tank in these many hours. The tap of the larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tank separately. Find the time in which each tap can separately fill the tank. In such questions, in time and work related questions, always go about the 1 hour work, 1 hour work, where unit of time is given as hour. So you calculate 1 hour work. Then the question will become very simple. For example, two taps together can fill in 9:3 by 8 hours. So this makes it 75 by 8 hours. So if I now ask you how much work will they do in 1 hour, they will do 8 by 75 of the total work in 1 hour, because they are taking 75 by 8 hours to do complete work, that is 1. So in 1 hour how much work will they do? Obviously 8 by 75, right? So let's learn the 1 hour work concept. Larger diameter tap takes 10 hours lesser than the smaller one. Let's say smaller diameter tap takes x hours to fill the tank, right? Then the larger diameter tap will take x minus 10 hours to fill the tank, right? So if I now ask you 1 hour work of smaller diameter tap it will be 1 by x, right? When the smaller tap is filling the tank in x hours, so in 1 hour the smaller diameter tap will fill the 1 by x of the tank, right? So in 1 hour, larger diameter tap will fill 1 by x minus 10 of the tank. So now the question becomes very simple. Now the 1 hour work of smaller plus larger tap, how much will it be? 1 by x plus 1 by x minus 10, and it is equal to 8 by 75, right? So we calculated 1 hour work of the smaller diameter tap, we calculated 1 hour work of the larger diameter tap, and it was given that their collectively they do 1 hour work 8 by 75 part of tank, right? So this is the mathematical form of this question. Now we can convert it into quadratic equation and solve by various methods that we know already. So let's solve it. When I cross multiply, it will be x minus 10 plus x divided by x square minus 10x equal to 8 by 75. It will become 2x minus 10, so 150x minus 750 equals 8x square minus 80x, right? So 8x square minus 80x minus 150x plus 750 is equal to 0, right? So 8x square minus, this will become 230x plus 750 equal to 0, right? Now if I divide it by 2, it will become 4x square minus 115x plus 375 equal to 0, right? Now this has become a quadratic equation which you can easily solve. You can factorize the, you can split the middle term, or you can go by the completing the square method or the direct quadratic formula method, right? So let's solve it. What will be this product? 375 into 4, it will be equal to 1500, right? Now I need two parts of this term, the product of which will be 1500, right? So it is clearly visible that we can split it in 100x and 15x plus 375 equals 0, right? Now I can take 4x as common, so x minus 25, right? If I take minus 15 as common, it will give me x minus 25 equal to 0. So 4x minus 15 or x minus 25 equal to 0. So the answers of this quadratic equation will be 25 or 15 by 4. Now let's analyze both of these. Now what was given is smaller diameter tap fills the tank in x hours, right? So if the answer is this, how much is this? This is approximately 3 point something, right? 3.7 something, right? Now, and this one is 25 hours. If I take x equal to 3.75, then the larger diameter will fill the tank in x minus 10, which will become negative, right? So this answer is clearly not valid, right? So the smaller tank fills the smaller diameter tap fills the tank in 25 hours, and larger diameter tap will fill in the 25 minus 10, 15 hours, right? So this is our final answer. We have rejected this answer because this answer doesn't fit our question, right? Because if I consider 3.75 as my smaller tap answer, then the larger tap will fill the tank in negative hours, which is not possible, right? Okay, let's look at this question. An express train takes 1 hour less than a passenger train to travel 132 km. The trains have to travel 132 km, right, between two stations, Mysore and Bangalore. Okay, if the average speed of the express train is 11 km per hour, more than the passenger train, right? Let's say the passenger train speed of passenger train is equal to x km per hour, right? The average speed of passenger train is x km per hour. Then the average speed of express train will be how much? X plus 11 km per hour, right? This information is given in the question. And what else is given? That the express train takes 1 hour lesser than the passenger train to travel this distance. So how much time is taken by passenger train? It is equal to distance divided by the speed, right? Because speed is what? Speed is equal to distance upon time, right? So the time will be distance upon speed. So these many hours are taken by passenger train. So what will be the time taken by express train? It will be equal to distance 132. And what is the speed of express train? It is x plus 11. So the express train will take 132 by x plus 11 hours, right? What is the difference in these times? 1 hour, right? So the express train takes 1 hour lesser than the passenger train. So I can say 132 by x minus 132 by x plus 11 is equal to 1, right? Time taken by the passenger train minus time taken by the express train is equal to 1 hour, right? So now I have formed it mathematically. Now we just have to solve it by creating a quadratic equation, right? X into x plus 11 equals 1, right? So 132x will get cancelled here. 132x plus 132 into 11 is how much? 132, 132, 2, 5, 4, 1. 1452 minus 132x divided by x square plus 11x is equal to 1, right? Now this 132x gets cancelled. X square plus 11x minus 1452 is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation that I have got here, right? Now we just need to solve this quadratic equation and find its roots. Okay, so let's factorize it. Okay, so let's look at 1452 and factorize this first. 2 into 726, right, or 4 into 363, right? I am trying to bring it into product of two factors such that their difference will become 11, right? Now I can divide it by 3. 12 into 1 to 1, right? Again 1 to 1 can be written as 11 into 11, right? And this can be written as 3 into 4 into 11 into 11. Now if you see this, I can write as 44 and another factor can become 33, right? The difference of these two factors is 11. right? X square plus 44x minus 33x minus 1452 is equal to 0, right? So I can take x as common, x plus 44 minus 33 as common, x plus 44 equals 0. So it will give me x minus 33, x plus 44 equal to 0. Hence x can be equal to 33 or minus 44. Now let's look at the question. What is x in our question? X is speed of the passenger train, right? So it cannot be negative. Hence this one we cannot consider. This answer is not valid. So the valid answer is x equal to 33. So the speed of passenger train is 33 kilometers per hour. Passenger train speed is equal to 33 kilometer per hour. And what will be the speed of express train? It will be x plus 11. That is, express train speed will be 33 plus 11 is 44 kilometer per hour. So this is the final answer, right? I have solved this quadratic equation through middle term splitting or the factorization method. You could have solved it using completing the square or the direct quadratic formula, right? Okay. Sum of the areas of two squares is equal to 468 meter square. If the difference of their perimeters, let's say there are two squares, right? This one has got the dimensions A, right? In a square, all the sides are equal. So I can take another square where the dimensions are B. I mean all the sides are B meters. Okay. Let's take these two squares. Now sum of the areas of these two squares is 468. So what is the area of a square? It is equal to side squared, right? Area of a square is equal to side square, right? So a square plus b square is equal to 468, right? And the difference of their perimeters is 24. What is the perimeter of this square? It is the boundary of the figure, right? So what is the total length of the boundary? It is a plus a plus a plus a, 4a, right? Similarly, the perimeter here will be, perimeter of this square will be 4b, right? And it is given that the difference of the perimeters is 24. So let's take 4b minus 4a is equal to 24, which will give me b minus a equal to 6, right? Now I've got this equation, equation 1, and I've got this equation. I need to use these two equations to find the value of a and b. So what I can do here is, I can take value of a from here and put it in equation 1, right? Or I can calculate value of b from here and put it in equation 1. So let's do it. What will be b here? A plus 6, right? Let's put b equal to a plus 6 in equation number 1. Put b equal to a plus 6 in equation 1, right? So it will become a square plus a plus 6 whole square equal to 468, right? Now the question will become a quadratic equation. So it will be equal to 468. Now it is 2a square plus 12a minus 468 will come on this side. So it will become plus 36 minus 468 equal to 0. And what is 468 minus 36? It will be equal to 2, 0. No, it will be 2, 3, 4, 432 negative, right? So now I can divide it by 2 on both sides. A square plus 6a minus 2, 1, 6. Okay. right? So now I can factorize it as usual. So what will be the factors here? I will factorize 216 first, right? So it will give me 2 into 108, or I can bring 2 more here, 4 into 5 4, another 2, 8 into 27, right? So what I am trying here is I am trying to factorize it in such a way that the product of those factors will become 216 and sum or difference of those factors will become 6. So let's see how we can make the difference or sum as 6 here. It will be equal to 9 into 2 18, 9 into 2 18, 3 into 4 12, right? So this is how we make factors, right? Factors are not intuitive always. You cannot see the equation and find the factors, right? You have to factorize this term and then see how you can manipulate and make it like this, right? So in this, a square plus 18a minus 12a minus 216 will be equal to 0. So I can take a as common, a plus 18 minus 12 as common, a plus 18 equal to 0. So a minus 12, a plus 18 equals 0. A will be either 12 or minus 18. Now let's look at a. What is a? A is the side of our square, right? So it cannot be negative, right? The only feasible answer from these two is 12. So I've got side of one square, so side of the second square will be equal to a plus 6. So the value of b will be 12 plus 6, which is equal to 18, and we have found the sides of two squares which are equal to 12 and 18. What was the unit? Unit was meter, right? So one side is 12 meter, another side is 18 meter. This is our answer. Okay, let's look at this one. This is a question involving speed of a stream and upstream and downstream. So you learn this concept here. What is upstream? Upstream and downstream. Let's say the stream or the river is flowing in a particular direction, right? Let's say the river is flowing in this direction. This is the direction of flow of river, right? If I go against the direction of flow, right, this is known as upstream, right? Let's say river was flowing in this direction, this was the direction of stream, and if I go with the stream, this is known as going downstream, right? If you notice, in going upstream you'll have to make an effort against the flow of the river, right? So it will reduce the overall speed of the boat, and if the boat is going downstream, the river will also help the boat, right? So it will increase the speed, overall speed, right? A motor boat whose speed is 18 km per hour, speed of the motor boat is 18 km per hour in still water. Obviously speed of the motor boat can be given in still water. If you give it in up like moving water, then the speed of the water has to be adjusted, right? So anyways, it is speed of the motor boat, and it takes 1 hour more to go 24 km hour to 24 km upstream than to return downstream to the same spot, right? Find the speed of the stream. Let's say the speed of the stream is x km per hour. Now you tell me, when the boat is going upstream, what will be the effective speed? Effective speed while going upstream. When you go upstream, the speed of the river has to be subtracted from the speed of the boat to calculate the effective speed. So while going upstream, the speed will be 18 minus x kilometer per hour, right? And when I go downstream, the effective speed will be 18 plus x kilometer per hour, right? The river will help this time. Okay, now what I need to know is find the speed of the stream, and it is given that it is the difference of 1 hour while going upstream and downstream, and the distance is 24 kilometers. So when I go 24 kilometers upstream, the time taken is this much, right? And when I go downstream, the time taken will be this much. This is distance upon speed, right? Time taken is distance upon speed. Distance is 24 kilometers, and speed while going upstream it is 18 minus x, while going downstream it is 18 plus x, and the difference is 1, right? Okay, so now let's form the quadratic equation as usual. So if I take this here, let's take 24 as common and take on the right hand side, so I can write it as 1 by 24 and solve this. 18 minus x, 18 plus x. Okay, so 18 plus x will come here, minus 18 minus x will come here. Now when I subtract it, 18 will get cancelled, and this x will become 2x. 2x into 24 is equal to 18 square minus x square, right? So this is 48x. This is equal to, how much is this? 18 square is, it is equal to 324, right? So it is 324 minus x square. So the quadratic equation here is x square plus 48x minus 324 equals 0, right? Now again the factorization process. 324 is square of 18, right? 18 into 18, 324. Now we need to create a 48, right? We need to split 48 in such a way that it gives us 324, right, in minus. Okay, so 18 into 18 can also be written as, this is nothing but 9 into 2, so 2 into 2 into 9 into 9, right? This is 4, this is 81. What I can do is I can write it in prime factorization form. If you find this process difficult, what you can do is you can simply do the other methods like completing the square or the quadratic formula. If I apply the quadratic formula in this, it will become very simple. So x will be equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac. C is negative here, so minus minus plus 4 into 324 divided by 2a, right? You simply have to do this calculation and you'll get your answer. If it is taking more effort here, okay, so you can go by this method also, right? Let's say what will be the factorization. Let's try the factorization here. 4 3s are 12, 36, 9 4s are 56, and this is 9. 9 4s is 36 and this is 9. 27 into 4, 27 into 2 54, 3 into 2 6, right? So I have created a difference of 48 here. So either you go by this method or you go by this factorization method. X square plus 54x minus 6x minus 324 equal to 0. So x plus 54 minus 6, x plus 54 equal to 0. It will give me x equal to minus 54 or 6. So what is x here? X is speed of the stream, right? So we will not consider minus 54 as our answer. 6 will be the speed of stream. Find the speed of the stream, right? And what is the unit here? Speed of the stream, speed of stream will be equal to 6 km per hour. This will be your answer using the factorization method. If you think this process is difficult, you can simply calculate these terms and you will get the same answer, right? You will get minus 54, which you need to rule out, and 6, which is our final answer.